So this is the Canon 50mm f1.8. The original Canon 50mm came out in 1987, which was a minute ago, but there have been many iterations. Live in cars, dude. But there have been many iterations of the Canon 50mm since then. And Canon has made it surprisingly cheap to buy yourself one of these sweet little lenses. Many photographers around the world use this lens and love it, and there are a lot of reviews on YouTube just gushing over this lens. It has a lot of hype surrounding it, and it is often referred to as the Nifty 50. This lens is so small, compact, and cheap, it makes it a super practical lens to own and use. This lens right here is only about $100, which is astonishingly cheap for any lens, especially a nice little fixed lens like this. And even on this cheap lens, they put a metal mount on, so it's gonna be a lot more sturdy than the plastic mount and will hopefully last a lot longer. This lens is an f1.8, which means it's fantastic for low light situations. That aperture can open up so far and let in a lot of light. But this lens is not all sunshine and rainbows. It does have its downfalls, and I think maybe it can be a little bit overhyped, even though it is a fantastic lens. The bokeh and the depth of field that you're gonna see coming out of this thing looks fantastic. It has a really nice looking image, and it has both autofocus and manual focus. But I think the biggest downfall of this lens is the autofocus. The autofocus is just not great on this lens, and you can see that if you go back to the review I did about the glide cam where I used this lens. You can see it really just struggle to pull focus. But is this even really a big deal? Is this something you need to be worrying about? Honestly, it kind of depends on how comfortable you are with manual focus. If you're not at all comfortable with manual focus, this is a great way to become comfortable on it. It's a nice thing to learn on, and honestly you should just be good with manual focus. It's gonna do you a lot more good than you may think. But if you rely heavily on manual focus, this lens is not going to be a very good fit for you, as it is not very good at manual focus. But all that to say, this is a fantastic lens, and honestly, maybe the best way that you can spend $100 on a lens. You'll find so many situations when you can use a sweet little lens like this. It takes up so little space in your bag. It's nice and light. It's cheap. Really just has one setback, and that's the autofocus. And you should be comfortable with manual focus anyways. So if you don't have this in your kit, I would highly recommend adding it as soon as possible. But thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna go get some editing done over at Clive's. I hope this was helpful for you. I will leave a link for these down in the description if you wanna go pick yours up, and I will see you all next and even on a cheap and even on this cheap, it can be a mount, so it's a lot